Hello, this is Jared playing Shapes 2. Today we're going to unlock the ability to get trains. I'm also going to be starting with some advice that I got from Chris on from the comments, essentially how the space belts work. Apparently, you can have 4 things input to this. I did not know that. That is okay. Well, let's test this out. This definitely changes things for how I thought I would do things in this game. So if I've got 4 mines, so this is going to be 4 of these conveyor belts, able to output in 3 different floors. And that will fill 4 of these. But apparently, the space belt can merge and fully support all 4 of these. So if I want to transport all 4 of these guys, I don't have to draw 4 of these all the way to the vortex. I can just draw 1. Wow. Okay, that's going to save my platform limits and make things easier. There might be a lot of other things that this impacts as well. So on this side, then, I would need to do a split like this. And we'll see how this works on the other side. So that should start delivering some of those guys. I'll go look for some these guys here. Maybe I'll make a blueprint of this particular pattern. So while I'm waiting for this to roll on this space belt, I decided to pick out some squares from down here. I've got some green in between, so that should work out. I'll use this new blueprint called Shape Mine times 4. See if I can fit this in. Put that in like that. Then we'll direct this guy here. It's going to be a bunch of these squares. Go over here. Now let's do some liquid mine. We'll see if we can... Actually, this raises the question. Is the same thing true with liquid belts? Okay, maybe put in 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Try pushing this around like that. Maybe. All right, let's go with that for the assumption now. So we've got these guys on the way. I've got to printing. And this actually is going to make how I connect into next component and other similar components a little bit different in my mind. I've got this painting thing. I've set it up here such that I will put, if I want to get 4 of these in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the left side is for liquid, but I can take one line and drop all the liquid off on that. Let's go down below and go up, down, up, down, up, back down. Technically, that'd be fine, I think. Actually, maybe I'll just... In case I want to make this a blueprint, clean that up. So that's 4 of those guys, so hold on. Then take these guys, send them there, 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 there. And if this works, then I should be able to take these 4, merge them on one space belt, and this should be some green squares. And then let's just hook that up. And maybe I'll let this run for a bit and I'll come back to see if I've done it right or not. Now what I would want to do then is connect the other 4 over here. And hopefully both these things are checked off when I come back. So I see we've got one of our goals done. We've got our set of green squares still on the way. Where is that? Oh, not far. Just looking ahead, I'm going to need to do this checkered pattern. And I'm going to need some gray squares, and I need to turn this guy blue. Just before I turn this guy blue. Which, there's some liquid sitting there, maybe a tiny bit over here. Before I do that, though, why don't I bring in, because I can now envision I'm going to need these guys. I'll do a shape mine ×4. This is gray squares. Since it takes so long, oh, that lined up very nicely. Bring this over into this area so we can get green square, or just gray squares. And then maybe do our checkered pattern over there in the future. But for now, somewhere's ideally closer up here. Maybe I could try. I would be able to get 1, 2. Is there anything bigger? Maybe I'll use this. So liquid mine. Be nice if we could get 4 of these. 1, 2. Okay, not cut out super awesome for me. Okay, how about if I did this? I did a shift. Take this guy, copy, paste that there. And then did this. Does that make sense? That one went to the third. Okay, and then we'll wrap all these. Like so. We'll get this to head over here. And I haven't made this a blueprint, but I think maybe I will. To actually have this go like this type of thing. Copy that whole thing for now. Maybe it would make sense in this case to do this. So we can specify our liquid to go. How do I need to go from here down into that? Okay, and then we'll take our stars, send them over here. Redirect this way. So if all goes well, this should be blue stars. Now for the diagonal stuff, we could do that. Actually, does that matter where I do that? Maybe not. Okay, I think I might just let that run nonetheless. We'll see if these blue stars go through, and I'll come back and I'll see what I need to do next. Okay, so I now have 2 different types of squares that have arrived here. I guess I could technically get rid of that. Oh, there is blue stars done. Now this is another piece of advice from Chris. I'm going to try this advice out. Plan here was to make a diagonal pattern in a different way. What might be a much easier way? I believe it was to do a cut, turn, and then a swap. Click over here, so we'll do a cut. We'll do a turn. We'll do then a swap. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That is cool. And then let's just turn these around such that they face the same way. It would be nice then. Okay, now what is 30. And I wish it told me how many I need it. I believe for that it is... I'll do a calculation here, figure out how many I need. The question is, can I put that in a platform to make a diagonal pattern? I'll see what I can do. So I will need 5 of these per each input, 2, 3, like this, and have that go like this type of thing. But then I'm going to have 2 outputs for each one input. So it would essentially want to do something like that. A little bit of concern on space. So I would need to ideally replicate this 3 more times. Not feeling very hopeful. Okay, let me try doing this. If I could do this, I could get essentially half of these to go like up there. And I could get this to go up there. And then maybe try to weave this guy in and up like that. And that would be one of my lines. Done. Maybe try copying this to a mirror. It's not going to quite work, will it? We need a little bit more space. Copy, flip. So this, that's not quite gonna work either. I very much feel like I'm gonna need a bigger platform, which I do have. I'll try to do a little bit more experimentation, and if that doesn't work out, we'll upgrade to the 2x2. I see one move that I can try here, actually. Let's try to take that out, take that out. What if I just move just this section in one? Like that. You could send that over there. Send these over there. That way, I could do this in such a way that I can get these guys in now. Oh, we need to hook this back up. So we are halfway. Actually, I'm starting to feel more confident that this is a doable thing all of a sudden. Let's do... Oh yeah, here, this is looking doable. Not only is this going to give me my diagonal pattern, it'll also double up what I get from it. Okay, and let's grab this, copy that. Oh, maybe do mirror there. That looks a little bit better. Set that right there. Get that to go up like that. I'm wondering if I should make rotate. No, let's keep that way. Oh yeah, let's not forget. We've got other floors. So we'll go up a floor. Up a floor. Okay, we are saving that for sure. So platform, I'll call that diagonal. Nice. Okay. Let's just kind of do this so we can kind of see stuff coming out of it. Maybe do a flip like that. Now we need to think how this next part is going to go through. So I think these should be in the same position. If I look at this guy, the gray square should be on the other side. So a simple rotation should be fine. Okay, yep, that's what I was expecting. Let's do this. I set up a special turn. I've got a clockwise straight and a clockwise bend. So in this case, I'm going straight, so I'll do that. Let's just put this in so we can see what comes out. And this is where we're going to want to stack or put these two together. So platform, stack. All right, so how was this? This is essentially, we'll try putting in two of these. 1, 2. It doesn't matter which one's going to be on the top, which one's on the bottom. So we'll do the top one with the green. And then for the gray, we'll go here and here. And then technically I could combine these, can I? That's a nice feature. I did not know that. That changes quite a bit in my mind. All right, let's just take a minute to see if this actually produces the right thing. And if it does, we'll let that go. And maybe in preparation for the next bit, we'll have a look. We just essentially need to take this guy here and do some stacking. Maybe just kind of do this type of thing. And we'll hook up what we can. Now, this one's going to matter because the blue stars has to be on the top. So that is the going into the sides. So we can go like that, and we can go like that. And have this ready for the future. Kind of going in. And that's going to be this guy. I won't connect it yet, but I'll just have that kind of pre-done type of deal. Okay, so that has started. And I'm just wondering if I go away for a bit, what if I did this? Will that allow me to get both goals and such that I can go on break for a bit, come back, and maybe both things will get done? Or maybe they won't. We'll find out in the next little bit. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe I should connect that. All right, well, crossing my fingers here. We'll see what happens in a bit. Just checking on things. Looks like we have made our... Yeah, both of them are working. I could just let this go. Would there be any benefit to cutting this so we get a full output here? I'm not sure if that would make a huge difference or not, but either way, I'll be back in a bit. And 14,000 we'll have to wait for. While I was waiting for my result, I set this up, just going to be my general pattern for painting for multiples. So this is going to be ×2. The other thing I did is I set up a new paint area here. So we'll call this paint ×4. We'll have this new little section just for liquid mines, painting, and painting ×4. Probably have other combinations as we go. So I don't think I'm going to get to implement this, but maybe I'll be able to create it. But this is going to be the stacking for a multiple of 4. Now that I know that this guy can provide 4 things, essentially we could have one thing. This is going to be, I guess, what's on bottom. Then we'll need to have what's going to be on top, which maybe we'll put in like this. And then... kind of like the idea of not going to the bottom floor, so we'll do these lacrosses here. So put in that in there, so we can get both across like this, this, and this. Oh yeah, another one right there. That would go up like. Actually, I should really just be doing one and copying. That guy right there.
Set that up right there. Yeah, if I hadn't done this plus used my painting times 4, I would have been able to get this a little bit much quicker, I'm thinking. Okay, so let's just clean things up. That would be nice like that. Oh, right. And one final cross, I guess, is going to be needed here, though this one will need to flip the direction. There we go. And then, since we've got 4 of these, I could just take this out and be like, all right, there's our output. 4 stacked things. I might make this an exercise of testing this out next time, but for now, definitely want to make sure that I've got that saved off, so we'll put that in platforms. We'll call that stack times 4. All right, well, since we have unlocked this, let's get our trains. What we know that you've been waiting for these huge amounts of shapes over long distances, the dream of every operator. Okay. So we get this thing called trains, red rail configure, train launcher and catcher, quick stop, shape unloader, shape wagon, more information. With trains, you can transport huge amounts of shapes and fluids over long distance. That sounds really good. Trains can only go on rails. Place them just like you would. All right. Just before, I'm going to do a little bit experimenting with this, but I think primarily the next video will be me putting stuff on trains. But what I'm hoping is whenever I go and I collect multiple things, it's super nice. So thanks for pointing that out, Chris. I'm able to have a single belt transport 4 things a good distance. That saves platform points. It also is just easier to draw one of these things, but it's really slow. So maybe the train could do the same thing. I'm gonna like very quickly see if I can make a simple train. Place a locomotive to set up your train. Okay, maybe like that. Shape wagon. Now place a train stop at which is required to make the train halt. Shape loading. Great job. Now place another train stop, including a train unloader. Looks like, oh, that's, is that a belt? All right, clearly more. What is this thing doing? It's just spinning around and going upside down. What? But it moving quickly. Anyways, clearly that's going to require a bit more experimentation. Thanks, guys, for watching. I've got trains unlocked, and I will see if I can get them properly to use next time. Till then.